Let's go and have a ride on the Ferris wheel. They've got donkeys. They've got donkeys. I went on the ghost train. I like the ghost train. Hello and welcome back to my channel. And you join me in Bristol. But it's not Bristol I'm going to explore today, because I'm off to Weston Super Mare. I'm off to the seaside. I'm going to do seaside things. I've already had a few trips to the seaside this year, and went to Walton-on-the-Naze in Essex and Clacton. I also had a really enjoyable trip down to Weymouth as well. So I'm hoping that I'm going to find something different to do in Weston Super Mare and do all the seaside things as well. So I'm in for a fun day, I hope. But first of all, I've got to get there. And that means a train from Bristol Temple Meads station. This station looks really impressive. It was designed by Isambard Kingdom Brunel back in 1840. Linking up the trains from Paddington all the way to the West Country, and then onto the idea was then onto a ship to take them to New York, and that ship was the SS Great Britain, and it's moored up here in Bristol. Hopefully I'll get a chance to visit there on this trip. The station itself is really impressive. It looks like a cross between a castle and a manor house. But somewhere in here is my train, which will take me to Weston Super Mare. So let's go and find it. Well, that was brilliant. Only 28 minutes on the train. I love trains. They don't get stuck in traffic. I seem to spend my whole working day stuck in traffic. Ever heard of a train getting stuck in traffic? They're brilliant. I love travelling by train. But I'm in Weston Super Mare, and the sun is shining, and there's not a cloud in the sky, and it's brilliant. Reminds me of my day trip to Walton-on-the-Naze many months ago at the beginning of the summer. Today it's a beautiful September day, absolutely wonderful. But when I was in Walton, I had a go at geocaching. This is like a little treasure hunt. You sort of download the app and you follow the clues and you find whatever has been left. And somewhere down here is a geocache. So I didn't find the one in Walton, but somewhere down here on Walscott Road there's supposed to be a I've just gone past it, it's near a park. Let's have a look and see. There's a little park just here, and if I went past it or not. I'm not hopeful of finding it at all. In fact, I'm not hopeful of finding any geocaches. But it's supposed to be near a park. I think this is a park here, just across the road. I'm not going to give the actual location away if I do find it. But let's have a look here and see. I don't know if that was a park or back into someone's garden. Don't want to go rummaging around someone's garden to find something that's, well, not there. I guess this one I'm not going to find. I did spend a few minutes and look around the area and see if I could find a park, but there isn't one. But I'll have another go, because there's on the way down to the beach and the Marine Parade, there's actually another geocache hidden. So I'm going to try and find that. That's in a little patch of gardens. So I'm going to try and find that and see if I can get 1 out of 3, because that's 2-0 so far to the geocache. Either well hidden or I'm looking in the wrong place. And I'm passing a school. Noisy kids. I had this problem when I was in Greenwich a few months ago. Ran into a party of school kids in Greenwich Park. Beautiful park, lovely hot sunny day. Peaceful tranquility, tranquil space. And I ran into a school trip who made more noise than a St. Trinian's outing. So, gosh, noisy lot. I expect the camera's picking up all the noise from the school rather than my voice. It's usually the way. I'm just going to turn down here because there's a... This is rather fun here, it's rather nice. Lovely buildings behind me. Weston Super Mare is largely a Victorian town. It's, with the railways coming down to Bristol, people wanted to go to the seaside, and Weston Super Mare was the place to be back in the mid-19th century. It's rather a mishmash of architecture. You've got a lot of new architecture and old architecture, which is quite contrasting. There are a few famous people who have been associated with Weston Super Mare over the years. Bob Hope, Roald Dahl, I think he went to school here, and Rupert Graves, the actor. I think he was born here or went to school here. And of course John Cleese, Monty Python, Fawlty Towers fame. This is his hometown. I think he remarked in one of his interviews that the last real improvements to Weston Super Mare were made by the Luftwaffe during the Second World War. You've got to admire his sense of humour, I suppose. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I'm not sure of the extent of the bombing in Weston. I believe 1 or 2 bombs did fall, but I don't think they did that much damage. It's not something that I've researched, Weston Super Mare and the Second World War. But if you happen to know, then drop me a note in the comment section below. Be interested to know if there's any truth, any accuracy to Mr. Cleese's, I think it was a joke, but you never know with John Cleese. He might just spin the truth into a funny line. He wrote so many funny lines, writing for the Frost Report and Doctor in the House, Monty Python, and of course the greatest sitcom ever written, 12 hilarious episodes of Fawlty Towers he wrote with his wife Connie Booth, and it's still the funniest sitcom today. And I still watch them and I still laugh, and I've seen them 100 times each, but they still make me laugh. They're still funny. And staying in hotels around the world, I can relate to some of the characters in Fawlty Towers. I've come across a few Mrs. Richards in my time. If you haven't seen that episode, then watch it, it's so funny. But now on the down to the Marine Parade and a giant Ferris wheel. I wonder what's open here. Because when I went to Walton about 3 months ago, nothing was open apart from the arcade games, and the slot machine arcade. All the rides, everything were closed. And yet the following week when I went to Clacton, all the rides were open there and I had a great time. Both those videos are on my channel, have a look. I'll drop a link in the description below to those two videos. But down on the Marine Parade, there's supposed to be a geocache. Just here, some gardens here by the Ferris Wheel. And there's supposed to be a geocache here. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to find it because it's looks completely overgrown. And to be honest, I'm not going to go hunting in the blackberry brambles for to try and find a geocache. Considering it was put there a few years ago, the chances of it being moved is quite high. But as I don't know what I'm looking for, I feel defeated. Oh well. Oh, this is daft. Okay, so that's 3-0. Geocache 3, Alice 0. I'll find one day, but I'm not sure where. I think I'll have to go with somebody who actually knows what they're doing. I was never good at treasure hunts. Let's cross this road, there we go, and walk down to the beach. There we go. Now, down here, I'm going to do seaside things today. Lots of seaside things. I'm going to find rides and try and find some fish and chips, have an ice cream, which will melt all over my hand, and then do something else. I don't know what. Let's walk down the Marine Parade here in not Walton-on-Naze, in Weston Super Mare. What a glorious summer day. And they've got donkeys! They've got donkeys! I might have a donkey ride. I don't think I'll take my weight. I'm a bit fat. Donkey ride's £3. Let's kind of look at the donkeys. Gonna have a look at the donkeys. I've visited beaches all over the world, and in the UK as well. Oh, lovely, aren't you? Yes. I've never seen donkeys on a beach. No, they have them. They have them at Scarborough. I went to Scarborough a few years ago, and I saw them down there, but I never went down to the beach. That's fantastic. We've got girls' names. There was Lizzie and Daisy and Sophie and Tina. I knew a girl called Tina once. I was at college with a girl called Tina. And this donkey is a spitting image. There we go. On the beach with donkeys. I like donkeys. Now let's walk down to the seafront. Tide's out a long way today. I was talking to the chap who had the donkeys. He was saying that back in the 1980s, he used to put about 60 donkeys down here on the beach and had a thriving business. But holiday habits have changed and people no longer go to the seaside or seaside towns for their holidays, because you can jump an aeroplane and go to the Costa del what have you in France, or the Azores, Lanzarote, any of these sort of Spain or Mediterranean popular destinations, more or less the same price as you could do a week's holiday in someone like Weston Super Mare. On a day like today, it is absolutely wonderful here. And seeing those donkeys as well. That was lovely. Seeing the donkeys. First donkey licence was awarded in 1887 here in Weston. Don't know, that's a long way away, isn't it? Back in Victorian times when seaside holidays here were popular. Everybody went away. I think it was the first 2 weeks in August, and all the seaside resorts were were buzzing with tourists. They introduced donkey rides as a way of bringing the punters to Weston. And I'm not sure if Weston was the first to get donkeys or not, to give a licence. Other seaside towns did follow suit, or did Weston follow them? What a great idea for the kids, and what a novelty at the time to have donkey rides on the beach. It's lovely to see them there. It's quite a surprise. I never knew that they would be here. But just down where I'm walking now is the outside theme park area. And the closer I get to it, I'm beginning to wonder whether it's actually closed. On a day like today, I thought it might be open. It's one of the reasons I came here. Could have gone somewhere else today, but I chose Weston because it's just nice to walk along the beach and to do another seaside town and do seaside things, whatever seaside things are. Let's take a closer look and see if it's open or closed. Looks like Funland is closed, so no fun in Funland today. Oh, that's a shame. Very eerie just walking around there. We should be hearing music and seeing flashing lights, hearing the sounds of people having fun. There's nothing there at all. It's such a shame. I guess it's only open at weekends. And today's Tuesday. Oh well, let's head down towards the pier. That must be open. Surely I can't have another day where nothing's open. Have a day out at the seaside and nothing's open. This isn't good. This is not good. If everything's closed today, then that isn't good. But let's walk down here and see if we can discover something that's open in Weston Super Mare. Oh wow, the Ferris wheel's working. Let's go and have a ride on the Ferris wheel. Wow, that Ferris wheel was great fun. I haven't had so much fun on a Ferris wheel since Clacton a few months ago. Oh dear. Feel like a big kid at the seaside again. Well, now let's head down on towards the pier and see what fun amusements we can find down at the end of the pier. And it's still, the weather's still gorgeous. There's not a cloud in the sky. I think we're in for a real treat today. Doing seaside things. I like doing seaside things. So let's go to the pier and do some more seaside things. Wow, walking on the Grand Pier here at Weston Super Mare. The pier opened in 1904 and tragedy struck in 1930. Because it burnt down. Tragedy struck again in 2008. Again, great Grand Pier burnt down. Nobody knows what was the cause, but fire investigation probably put it down to an electrical fault. But they've rebuilt it. It certainly is a grand pier. And quite fantastic down here. Let's hope there are no more fires on any pier anywhere. But absolutely wonderful. And you get a great view of the beach as well from here. And from here you get a really good view of the beach. And the tide is out a long way today. But now let's go and explore the Grand Pier and see what we can discover. I'm really hoping that we'll do lots of fun things, seaside things. Well, that was absolutely terrific fun. Going into the arcade and going on the go-kart. I haven't had so much fun on the go-kart since Clacton a few months ago. This track was a little different because it had an aluminium floor, so the wheels sort of skidded round corners and things. Had a little more grip on the wooden floor at Clacton. But what a brilliant time I had in there. I went on the ghost train. I like the ghost train. Well, haunted house, haunted adventure. It was fun. I felt like a big kid again. Well, again, I guess that's the idea. If you can turn me into a big kid. Oh dear. And I played the penny arcade. Put my 2p's in the slot. Well, 2p arcade. And lost my 30 pence. But I had fun doing it. So that was great fun. So now let's see what else we can find here in Weston. And as part of lunch, I think, is probably the next thing to find. Yeah, spot of lunch. Perhaps an ice cream as well. Got to do the ice cream at the seaside, haven't you? I like the seaside, it's great fun doing seaside things. The queue for fish and chips was huge. I think everyone today in Weston's been ordering fish and chips. So I went for chicken and mushroom pie and chips. Got chips. Do like chips. I had chips when I was in Walton-on-the-Naze, and also in Weymouth the other week as well. I just had a portion of chips. being a little more adventurous today and having a pie. Oh, they're fresh as well. Fresh chips with salt and vinegar on them. Can't beat salt and vinegar on chips. I think the whole of Weston's turned out on the beach today, because everywhere I've gone it's just been filling up since this morning. There's people everywhere. And down on the pier as well. It's no end of people in the arcades. And now everyone's having lunch, so I've come out into the gardens. It's quite pleasant out here. It's a bit windy, but it's pleasant. Just in front of me is the Coalbrookdale Fountain. The Coalbrookdale company was founded up in Ironbridge in 1709 by a man called Abraham Darby. And they've been making fountains since 1845. This one's rather nice, like a nice little 3-tier fountain. There's no water in it, but it's just the actual cast iron fountain. I suppose it had water at one stage, but people tend to fill the fountains with washing up liquid and things, and they spoil it, so they've drained them. Never mind. The Coalbrookdale company made all sorts of things. They even made cylinders for steam engines. And they made... You find their products literally everywhere, but their fountains is... they made a name for themselves making with fountains. And quite a few places have Coalbrookdale fountains. We've got a lovely one here in Weston Super Mare. It's one thing I suppose that's super about Weston Super Mare. It's the fountain. But super doesn't mean great or terrific, because Weston Super Mare actually translates as the west town above the sea. A ton was a settlement, and we get the English word town from the old Saxon word tun. So it's the west tun, the west settlement, supra la mare, above the sea. And the just ahead of me, as I walk further down the beach, is the raised area where the first settlement was. It gave us named Weston Super Mare, the western settlement above the sea. It's all around the sea now because it's urban sprawl has expanded the town. One of the great popular places of the Victorian era was this British seaside town, and Weston Super Mare was one of the popular ones, along with Brighton and Blackpool, Morecambe, Scarborough. Everyone flocked to the seaside in Victorian times. And of course they're flocking to the seaside today because it's absolutely baking here. Not a cloud in the sky. Weather forecast says 27, 28. I think we're nudging 30. And absolutely delightful. But I'm going to finish my chicken and mushroom pie and chips. It really is jolly good. Puffin's traditional fish and chips. You can see the sign on the door. Absolutely brilliant. I love it here in Weston. It's my first visit, and I do intend coming back because it's such a lovely place, and I'm going to have a walk around a bit later and see what else I can discover before I head back to Bristol on the train. In the meantime, I'm going to finish my fish and chips. Well, chicken and mushroom pie and chips. I've got a Mr. Whippy. I like Mr. Whippy. £2.45, 5p cheaper than Clacton. Another reason to come to Weston. Cheap Mr. Whippy, lovely. Got a flake as well. Do like a flake with my Mr. Whippy. This is going to melt everywhere. Perhaps I should have learnt my lesson from my previous trips to the seaside at Clacton and in and in Weymouth. I got covered in ice cream. Oh dear, oh dear. It's melting faster than I can lick it. Oh, it is good though. It is good. Can't beat a Mr. Whippy, especially at the seaside. It's really nice. I just walked a bit further down the beach. I've come to the Winter Gardens. Let's turn round. It's built in 1927, but got bombed on the 28th of June 1942 by the Luftwaffe. And it's now Sovereign Square shopping centre. Most of the old Winter Gardens are gone, which is a shame. I only found out that it got bombed while I was here. I didn't know that. I knew the Luftwaffe came over during the war, but I didn't know that the exact date. I wonder what the target was. I wonder if the Luftwaffe didn't like Winter Gardens. Maybe that was it. But there we go. Down here on the beach, well, the promenade in Weston Super Mare, a settlement above the sea on a lovely hot sunny day with a melting Mr. Whippy. So this is where I end this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel and check out my other adventures to the seaside. The links will be below in the descriptions. So we'll see you next time for another adventure somewhere else.